When I was looking at all the super speedy loadouts, I did not think about this chap. The chap that hasn't had a skin for a while and is apparently getting a rework, but patch after patch we don't see anything. But he does have this super speedy loadout. So we've got Conduit 4, so you gain 16% movement speed for every champion hit by your shock pulse for 2 seconds. Now the duration isn't very long, but with your ultimate, Maelstrom, that can really speed you up a lot of the time. And there's also the card there where in your Ghost Walk, you go 100% speedy. This makes GROHK a speedster in OB61. As long as these changes go live, then you can be playing the speedy GROHK. I mean, just there, you just saw how far back I went just by getting a little bit of speed from the shock pulses. It's not as insane, like obviously insane, as GROHK's relatively slow, but once you get into Ghost Walk, you can see that it is actually quite a ridiculous ability because it stacks with your Nimble, especially when we get Nimble 3 later on in the game. Well, actually, I think we're going to get Nimble 2 for a little while and then have to switch over. But yeah, getting our damage out, doing a little bit of healing here and there. I mean, I did feel a bit bad for taking the solo GROHK, even though I was going for a bit more damage and a bit more speediness. But as long as we hit shock pulses, we're going to be dandy. So only 16% if you only hit one person, but I mean, we got the kill there. Just basically, yeah, if you get the shock pulses off, which I somehow missed it there. The thing is, the shock pulse cooldown is so low anyway with your Maelstrom, and also just generally it's a 6 seconds, so it's going to go down pretty quickly as long as you hit people. Like, it's just going down really fast there. So you're going to have this speed boost most of the time as long as you can hit those shock pulses, which I'm not that great at. I haven't played GROHK for a long time, actually. Like, since maybe a few months even. But we've got the Magic Girl staff as well. Like, you know, after the Magic Schoolgirl sort of thing. Sailor Moon, that's what I was thinking of. Sailor Moon staff for GROHK as well. Well, it's not called Sailor Moon, but it may as well be. It looks ridiculous, especially with the tribal skin as well. Anyway, only 1 bounce, but it's still 16% movement speed stacked on top of the rest of the movement speed buffs with diminishing returns, but that doesn't matter. We're still super speedy. And yeah, just with the shock pulses, with being aggressive, I mean, our team now is kind of clearing up, but I mean, it's partly because the GROHK's so fast. They're just struggling to keep up with this GROHK, especially like there. Just like, I'm out of there. I think the only downside is of how short the Ghost Walk is there. It's just like, well, it's fast, but I'm not really getting anywhere. Yeah, so blast that buck down. You're not going to get away. You're not going to get away. Sorry, well, the Eevee took her out, but GROHK Speedster is out there, so Nimble 2 coming out as per. I mean, it's the only pickup now. You only want to pick up Nimble every game. Also, I made this video because specifically I wanted to use a backdrop I used in my speedy video where I sort of broke down and analysed why the speed buffs were quite ridiculous this time around, and on some champions where you've got loads of things you can stack together, it can be quite silly. Now in GROHK, he has been sort of out of the meta, and this little change, this buff, might actually benefit him quite a bit. It gives you a bit more power in that Maelstrom loadout when you're working towards a more sort of supporting damage with some heals rather than a main healer. And yeah, we are just going to go back in again, find the fight, try and speed around. And yes, I did want to use a backdrop in my thumbnail, like the Nimbles in the background, the memes. I think it looks awesome, so I had to go for that. Fortunately, we couldn't finish off that Drogos. The shield was too far up. I mean, it does kind of suck for us trying to get through the shields. I swear I hit the Terminus there with my shock pulse, and we're going for the ulti. I always think that GROHK's ulti is still a little bit derpy. I mean, they did buff it a bit, but it's still not exactly one of the best ultimates in the game. But I mean, it can do something like you just saw there, and finished off the book as well. I'm gonna try and heal them at some point when I have my totem up. There might actually be a better loadout for this speed loadout. I haven't looked at it loads, so you might want to tweak around with it yourself. I just quickly went through and was like, speed, 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 get this speed out. And this is what we came up with. Anyway, let's just keep it up. Let's try and get our shock pulses off if we can. Unfortunately, I went for the Mave. I should have gone for the Buck. The big Buck could have absorbed my shock pulse happily, but I tried to be skillful, I tried to be clever and go for the Mave, but that was my error. And I'm almost certain here Terminus is going to ult, which he does. Look at this. The Terminus is like, I'm going for it. I did try to heal my allies there. I was trying to be a good healer of a GROHK, but it kind of wasn't in the radius for them, even across the edge of the thing. And also because we don't have Cauterize, we're not really stopping the Buck healing. But the Nimble, it's just such a big pickup. I mean, 17 eliminations on a 17 streak. That's what it's all about. It's all about the shock pulses bouncing, the GROHK bouncing around. Look at this. This is ridiculous. That's when I've hit loads of people, and also my nimble's gone off. I mean, as long as the enemies are grouped up, especially against like 2 tanks, you're just going to be running around madly as a GROHK speedster. The GROHK race car loadout. I'm trying to think of a GROHK grave car? GROHK car. It's like the blue car. Blue, dabble, deep, dabble, die. I'm trying to think of a speedy word for GROHK, but it isn't coming to me. And I'm doing the commentary live, but I'm not doing the game live. But also, I stopped there to die, specifically because I was like, we're going to win this point, and I'm not going to get Nimble 3. I need to get that Nimble 3 out right away, which I did. So there's a brief little part where we're going to have Nimble 3 ready to go into the enemies and fully stacked to our potential. If you do the maths, actually, 16% times by 5, so if you hit all people, it's 50, so plus 30, so you get 80% there. Obviously, there's diminishing returns, but I think there's the 100% speed on your Ghost Walk. So I think if you hit somebody with your shock pulses, hit the whole team, and then went to your Ghost Walk, you'd be going at the max 150% or close enough. Otherwise, I'm not sure how high you can stack it. I think that's probably the highest way to do it. I guess with Nimble as well, you got 30%. So yes, 30 plus 80, you've got 110, and you've got, yes, that's pretty much roughly around, maybe it's like 95% faster. I'm not sure exactly on the maths, but it's roughly around there. So you are pretty fast. I mean, the Drogus is going to ulti in there, but not that worried. We're fast enough. It's the speed that matters. Able to take out the Drogus because we're just fast enough to get in and get out. Slammed down by the Terminus, but that GROHK was too fast. Come on, it's got to be a GROHK top play. It's got to be a GROHK play of the game, and nope. He took it from us. He stole it from us. He stole the speed staff from us. I know Eevee's speedy in the air, but it's not quite as blue as GROHK, even though she does have quite the blue motif. Anyway, well, to be honest, that was a pretty good shot. And that was, pretty well executed. And she's going to slam that Drogus. Well, the Drogus didn't really try and do much there. They were stuck in the ultimate, so poor Drogus with the DZ01 or whatever Draco skin. And, I mean, 7-1, 35,000 damage. We're very close, actually, to the Eevee's damage, just because we're shock pulsing so much. 18 assists. So what's that, like 25 eliminations in total? 1 death. I think that we can go with that. Super speedy GROHK. Anyway, that's pretty much another loadout I wanted to show off. Another speedster in the realm. So be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We'll be trying out your blue boy with this new loadout. So let me know what you thought in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more of my content, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Joshino.